smoother for us.
Yeah, a good comeback though for for Vision Gaming, who were down. Hollywood Hammers really pushed into their base there, Tasty, and they almost got it down to just one Vein Crystal turret, but winning that very last, well, not very last team fight, but that last team fight that was at their choke point just really turned things around there. And it allowed Vision Gaming to get a big upper hand. And as long as PvP Warrior stayed alive, they protected him. We had Cause running interference there, and just applying those weakness stacks that we talked about. That's pretty smart, man, to be able to do that and use those from Hell's Hearts very effectively to stun up the captain, to stun up that Arden there. It was just really, really well done, and that just shows that you don't let the Varia go through again if you're Hollywood Hammers on the next draft, for sure.
Yeah, it was really surprising to see Varia allowed through, and PvP Warrior kind of showcasing why they aren't gonna. A lot of teams don't let that get through, but they are gonna be. We're gonna be waiting to see what is gonna show up in draft for game number 2, which we should hopefully be getting to here very shortly for you all, so that we can get the action back underway.
Yeah, it looks like we're still trying to get everybody into the draft client here for Halcyon Elite. As soon as we get the teams in here, we'll go ahead and get started, guys.
And I do see, I think it's a ban, but I'm not sure. I think my draft client is acting up a little bit as well. There we go. Okay, it has fixed itself after a refresh. So hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to get this one underway. We'll be able to see what the bans are going to be. I would assume that this rhyme is not going to be focused any longer. I mean, yes, Kaz does have a very strong rhyme, but I don't feel like it's strong enough to warrant a ban from the side of Hollywood Hammers early in the draft. Maybe as a second rotation ban, you could see it come out, but the chances of a rhyme getting picked on the first rotation are very, very slim. So we'll see where the side of Hammers decide to go as the draft is starting up now. And so perhaps a Rona ban. We could see Blackfeather, Grace, Churnwalker. All of those are pretty common A-side bans. We have even seen a couple teams go for the Varia ban on A-side, but that is typically a ban that is reserved for B-side in these double ban situations.
And even if we see Varia banned on A-side, she very well may not. Well, she very well. Let me rephrase that. A captain will be banned on B-side, so it ends up being pretty much a nil point once that does happen. So we'll go ahead and see what we have here from Hollywood Hammers on their first ban. And there's that rhyme that we were just talking about. He's being banned on the first rotation, Tasty. Now we'll see what we have Vision Gaming do here.
Yeah, I would assume Varia.
Please, Varia. So
yeah, I would expect the Varia ban, and that is going to be the case here. So Shaded Talent with the Varia ban. Now, the question for me becomes, what is the Churnwalker going to be picked up? It's not. It's going to be Blackfeather. This is very interesting to me. See Blackfeather first pick because Rona is available, and PvP Warrior plays a great Rona. If he locks in this Rona, it automatically forces that Blackfeather down into the jungle, takes it off of Big Paw's hands, puts it onto Eliminate. If Big Paws does still run the weapon Blackfeather in lane, that is just asking for trouble against a hero like Rona. So I think the Rona pick is the obvious choice here for the side of Vision Gaming, and it's where they should go with the selection. Of course, this team never really sticks to what is conventional or what you expect all the time. So they are going to take the Arden instead of the Rona. I think that's actually a big mistake.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that we have the Arden picked up there, but looks like that's going to be going over to Shaded Talent there. He's a pretty strong Arden himself. We do have a possible ban here, and maybe they could ban the Rona, but we'll definitely have to see what they do here, what Vision Gaming does. And Rona is a solid matchup going up against a Blackfeather there. And it's interesting to see Big Paws potentially sticking to his guns here on this Black Feather. If he takes that Black Feather, he's going to be up in the lane again, weapon power. So we're going to see what happens. Baptiste is actually banned out by Vision Gaming, and we know that he was actually quite the nuisance. Eliminate was doing some good work once he picked up that Clockwork. He was just able to spam out those bad mojos and ordains and really lock up the carries pretty well once those landed.
Yeah, so Taka is going to be the ban for Hollywood Hammers, and that means that again, I really want to see this Rona. The fact that it wasn't banned there by Big Paws and Hollywood Hammers just kind of says to me that maybe they're not worried about it. But PvP Warrior, he has played this Rona in other events and played it exceptionally well. It's not a pick that he is unfamiliar with. So the fact that it doesn't even seem to be considered at the moment by either of these teams is very, very strange to me. So we'll see if they do decide to grab it here with their second pick, and it is going to be that Rona. So I am sated now. We're all set. The Rona's coming through. It just makes so much sense against a Blackfeather. You're able to deal with so much of what Blackfeather tries to do. Rona just wins that matchup every single time that we've seen it. In the Vainglory 8, in the Challengers, it really didn't matter. It was always, when you had a weapon Blackfeather and a weapon Rona, Rona just comes out on top.
She has a pretty good edge over him, especially with her foe splitter. She's got some really good attack speed in there. She's able to keep up with him, and he can use his Feint of Heart to go in and out, dive in. She can use her out into the fray to get out of the fray if she needs to get away from him or go in after him. But we do see a Lance picked up by Hammers. So that is going to be some good Lance play coming out of Chicken, potentially. I'm excited to see something other than Arden being played by him. And Akashka now picked up, and we're going to be seeing Akashka. You know what? We got to see an interesting Kashka matchup last week where the Kashka was weapon power. Am I right, Tasty?
I believe so, but this final pick is going to be a Krull. This Krull Arden Rona, this is a composition that has been run numerous times over the past few months. It is incredibly powerful, and going into a triple melee composition, the fact that Hammers drafted triple melee into a Rona means that they are putting so much faith and trust in Chicken's Lance and his ability to stop the red mist, because once this red mist starts, it is not going to stop, and he is, PvP Warrior is going to get to 20 stacks on that breaking point in about half a second. If all three members are grouped up, this could be a devastating matchup for the side of Hollywood Hammers. I don't like their draft at all going into this one. I think PvP Warrior and the rest of Vision Gaming have a very large advantage here, Sean.
Yeah, I agree with you. You don't want to get you don't want to get Rona up against you, and Rona has just been so strong this patch here in 2.11, and her just, they can build the same thing. We can have a Serpent's Mask on both of them, but because she's able to just, when she gets those red mists and she has a breaking point down, she's able to stack up so heavily. And it's going to be really crazy to see a big berry on her and a lot of damage coming out. But we're into the fold now.
Yeah, the only real saving grace I see for Hollywood Hammers is this Kochka pick for Eliminate. He needs to have an incredible early game. He needs to be constantly aggressive into the Vision Gaming jungle, denying farm away from Cause, and just getting very far ahead. If that does not happen, I don't really see Hammers being able to win this one. Obviously, the execution is going to matter. It's not going to be a free win, but Vision Gaming have set themselves up with a lot of advantages as we get later into this game. The Koshka is going to fall off later on. Rona's going to outduel Blackfeather, and right now the fight is already starting up, and Chicken is the target. First blood very quickly for the side of Vision. See how much they're going to try and chase out to eliminate. The movement speed of Koshka is going to go a long way towards helping keep her safe. Kaz will pop that healing potion, but the Spectral Smite is going to be enough. 2 kills for Vision, and now they're going to look to steal away some of this jungle.
I like what I'm seeing here. The hyper aggressiveness early game is what's really going to make the difference. for Vision Gaming to be able to pull out a win here. If you're just like you were talking about, if Eliminate is able to snowball early with this Koshka, they're going to put themselves at an advantage. But because we already have so much aggression, 2 kills for Vision Gaming, they're already putting themselves up by a little bit of gold here and there, but that's a pretty strong psychological game that we already have for Vision Gaming. Putting themselves up there, putting themselves at an advantage early is really going to mess with the Hollywood Hammers mindset here. They're trying to do a little counter jungling here, but they may not be able to get it.
Yeah, they're not going to get that Treant. That does go over to Kaz. Meanwhile, up in the lane, because of how much time was spent in the jungle, Big Paw's actually destroyed the turret already. So that's a pretty big bit of news for the side of Hollywood Hammers. But in the jungle, Kaz finds another kill onto Koshka and secures his jungle. So Eliminate not having a very good start here. Look at the CS difference in the jungle. 5 for Eliminate to the 15 of Kaz. Of course, you can't also say the same in the lane. It's 5 for PvP Warrior and now 15 for Big Paws, but they're going aggressive on the Big Paws, and Big Paws is on the wrong side of things here. He tries to get these slows to keep himself alive, but it just does not look like it's going to be very likely that he escapes this. Never mind it, into the fray, not going to get the distance, maybe with the movement speed, but Big Paws getting enough barriers, keep himself alive, and now Eliminate. Going to try and turn this back, not going to be successful. However, at least Big Paws did stay alive. That's kind of the only saving grace right now, is that Big Paws does have a pretty decent lead in the lane, although you see as PvP Warrior farms up this wave, that is quickly diminishing.
Yeah, and a sub 3 minute turret being taken by Hollywood Hammers is actually really good news for them. But I wanted to focus on Chicken a little bit here. He was the player to watch in the series, and he had a pretty dang good Githian wall that prevented PvP Warrior from catching up to Big Paws, finishing him off. But it looks like we have PvP Warrior in a bit of trouble.
And PvP Warrior going to be trying to run away, but he doesn't have an Into the Fray available. That will be Big Paws finding a kill. So, I thought Eliminate was going to be the crux of this composition, but it looks like Big Paws is able to find a few advantages for himself because of, again, the way that this game started. Because Vision put so much focus into the jungle to prevent the Koshka from farming up, it allowed Big Paws to get that sizable lead in the lane, and he's using that right now. We'll see how long that can last, however. Down in the jungle, Kaz once again going after Eliminate, but he runs into all 3 members of the Hollywood Hammers, and Big Paws buying his first tier 3 item in the process. Kaz is going to be in a world of trouble. He tries to buy time. Shaded Talent gets here and keeps him alive with the fountain use, and now Vision Gaming could potentially look to turn this back around. Chicken with the Githian wall to knock him away, but it just doesn't look like that's going to be enough to keep them from aggressing. They find the kill on the Chicken. Vision Gaming up 4-1 in the kills and going to be looking for more. Even with the turret going down very early, they still have a gold lead.
They still have that lead, Tasty Bacon. And despite the turret being down, so we have 4 turrets remaining for Vision Gaming, it's been pretty even in the jungle. Eliminate is down 2 kills, 2 deaths though, and Kaz has been bullying him a lot, but they're not winning in the jungle. They've got to be winning in the lane here, and that's where PvP Warrior is failing at the moment. If you look at his CS, he has a 10 CS deficit going up against Big Paws. So Big Paws is actually got a little bit of an edge over him, and he does have an O card as well, so that's giving him some good health, but here we go.
Yeah, but the lead for Big Paws doesn't much matter when Shaded Talent and Kaz are just dominating this jungle. Eliminate is down. Kaz is now chasing on. They're going to stick to that chase for now. But now as they rotate up to the lane, PvP Warrior can maybe join the fray. We'll see if they go underneath the turret. That's exactly what they do, looking to find these kills. Nice Githian wall from Chicken will keep them at bay for the time being. And now that just means Vision Gaming likely to back off here, especially as Eliminate has respawned, but Kaz taking advantage of this opportunity to go into the jungle, steal away a camp or 2.
Yeah, pretty smart rotations by Kaz to be able to do that. They need to even up this. They actually have the gold advantage right now, but Chicken is just doing so much work with these Githian walls here. But Kaz diving in on him.
Kaz diving right in. They find the kill onto Chicken very quickly. Looks like they may want to go for the sentry, knowing that it's a 3-on-2 if a fight breaks out. And again, it's all melee, so they don't have to worry about chasing anyone down if it happens. Red Mist just going crazy, and they are going to be able to get the sentry, but they lose a kill in the process. PvP Warrior still trying to dance around, trying to just get as much damage onto Big Paws as possible. A Vanguard will keep PvP Warrior alive temporarily, but Eliminate is collapsing along with Chicken and Big Paws. PvP Warrior is going to get stunned up by the Githian Wall, will end up falling. So another kill going the way of Hollywood Hammers, but they lose out on their sentry for it.
That was so unfortunate there. PvP Warrior was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got separated, went on the wrong side of the jungle, and he had his Into the Fray available right at the end. He tried to get out of dodge, but unfortunately he was pincered, and he did die while he used his Into the Fray. So it is up now, though. We do still see him really heavily losing in CS to Big Paws. Big Paws is over 20 up above him in farm. But we have Vision Gaming rotating up together as 3, and now looks like Kaz is going to split back down into the jungle. He's got that Aftershock, like we mentioned earlier, so it looks like he's trying to do the same thing here. He's trying to go distraction, hyper carry for this Rona that PvP Warrior is playing. And PvP Warrior is built. He doesn't quite have his second tier 3 weapon power item yet, but we see that Big Paws has actually picked up a breaking point, and that's going to allow him a lot of sustain in these team fights, and he's going to really up his damage there if he stays alive, which at the moment, he's 2-0-1 with his KDA Tasty Bacon, so he is a force to be reckoned with, though we see Eliminate just being killed over and over again. So they're losing in the jungle, Hollywood Hammers is, but they're winning in the lane, and the gold has actually swung back in their favor, about 400 or so.
And the interesting thing is, despite the kills, Eliminate has actually started to catch up a little bit in terms of CS onto Kaz. Kaz in some big trouble here. Vanguard will allow him to dodge the Impale, but there's the Yummy Catnip Frenzy, stunning him up with a Gauntlet to boot. PvP Warrior jumping on in to try and turn this fight around. They get a lot of damage onto Eliminate, but he's able to jump out to safety. Gets a little bit of healing from Chicken. Chicken trying to just delay that kill, and he's able to do so. PvP Warrior now in some trouble without having a breaking point. Big Paws is just going to win this matchup every time until that item is completed. So PvP Warrior needs to play very careful, and that's exactly what they do. They back out, allow the sentry to fall, and this is also going to allow a gold mine to go over to Halcyon Hammer. So this early focus in the jungle has just allowed Big Paws to get a massive lead in the lane, and right now it is paying off in spades for the Hammers.
With big dividends for Hammers right now. Big Paws had the weapon advantage in that fight with his breaking point. We still don't see PvP Warrior picking up a breaking point for this Rona yet. However, well, in addition to that, Big Paws had a 1 to 2 level advantage over some of the members of Vision Gaming. So he was just doing so much work, so much damage, and they had to back off in the fight. And the sentry wasn't able to stop him, and that's why it ended up falling. But just Vision Gaming has got to turtle up a little bit here. We do see a Crucible and a Fountain on Shaded Talent, so he's got some of his main captain items down. But Big Paws is just dominating so far, and PvP Warrior really needs to catch up to him. Look at the CS difference in the lane, Tasty. We got 94 for Big Paws. We have 75 for PvP Warrior, so he's still 20 behind. Eliminate still a little bit behind in the jungle there, but he has a Dragon's Eye now. I don't know if he's going to be able to sustain himself in these team fights. If he stays alive long enough, then he'll be able to get some good stacks on there. But that Dragon's Eye, I would have gone for a different item, maybe something a little bit more bursty, maybe even a Clockwork to use that Yummy Catnip Frenzy more often if they wanted to protect the carry. But here we go.
Well, we could be getting a fight here. The sentry is going to be targeted, but Kaz goes right in. PvP Warrior's nowhere to be found, though. This is a little bit of maybe miscommunication on the side of Vision. Now he's going to be joining the fight. Big Red Mist going to start up and get a lot of stacks quickly. Will it be enough, though? Big studs coming out of Chicken with those Githian walls is going to allow them to force Vision away, and now they can turn their attention onto this tier 2 turret. Chicken has been coming up huge right alongside Big Paws, and tier 2 turret has been destroyed.
This game is like almost like yin and yang compared to some of the plays that we've seen Vision doing, but it's very comparable to the last game, actually, because we did see really good pushes coming out of Hollywood Hammers, and And then we got down to those crystal turrets, and that's where we had Vision Gaming just push back the other way after they were able to find some really fortuitous team fight wins. So you see Shaded Talent. He doesn't quite have any vision yet, which is something we don't typically see here out on the fold. And we don't see a lot of vision being placed or prioritized by either team, actually. But there's just so much aggression coming out here and objective control from Hollywood Hammers, and they're taking another gold miner here. Kaz has it spotted out, but he's not going to be able to contest it. He's all by himself.
All by himself, and as he's going in here, it's still a 2-on-3 if the members of Hammers would turn this around. That's what they're looking to do for now. They're still giving chase. Now PvP Warrior will join this fight. Already a couple of stacks onto Big Paws before this fight even starts, if it does. And it looks like they're going to rethink this. Maybe go for this Crystal Sentry, but everyone's here. PvP Warrior going on in, can get a nice red mist down onto all three targets. You see Eliminate dropping extremely low, already taken out. Now they turn their attention onto Big Paws. No breaking point stacks are about even, but they instead are looking for Chicken. They don't care about Big Paws that much anymore. The Crystal Sentry will go down. How much will they be able to chase, though? Nice slow from the on point. And of course, Chicken has the Impales and the Githian Walls to keep them at bay. Will knock everyone back, but doesn't get a stun this time. Chicken is going to be a target, but instead they get their attention onto Big Paws now. The Root will actually connect onto Kaz. That's going to keep him out of this fight for a little longer. PvP Warrior still trying to win this fight. Red Mist is going to go down, but with Eliminate coming back, they don't really want to stick around any longer. Yummy Cat and Frenzy will find a stun. So will a Githian Wall. PvP Warrior still alive. Fountain comes through finally and will keep them topped up. Now they can maybe look to re-engage, but no, Eliminate gets that kill. And now Kaz is going to be in some trouble. Big Paws still managing to heal and sustain. Kaz is just leaving his captain, saying, you know what, I don't have any energy. I can't really do much in this fight. I just don't want to give over an ace. And Vision Gaming, again, going a little bit too aggressive, chasing that fight too deep.
Oh, man, and this game started off so good with them, and they're still in the lead with kills, but kills don't matter, Tasty. It's objectives here. And this elongated team fight really started in their jungle. It ended up being in the Hollywood Hammers jungle, but once we actually saw them chase down Big Paws, he was finally going low, but there was just such a huge advantage, a 2-level advantage in his favor. And PvP Warrior wasn't able to output the damage that he needed in order to take Big Paws down. Eliminate, I feel like they did the smart thing. PvP Warrior and the rest of Vision Gaming did the smart thing by taking down Eliminate. They know that he's the weak link right now as this Koshka, and they were able to just focus him down, make it a 3v2 situation. But they took so long trying to take out Big Paws, and Chicken has been so instrumental in using the Githian Walls, the Impales, to reposition the fights, to lock down the members of Vision Gaming, that Big Paws is able to stay alive, and by the time he gets his second win, he's able to come back and just do so much damage. And that's another gold payout going to them right as the Kraken spawns.
Yeah, every single gold miner this game has gone the way of Hollywood Hammers. And Big Paws just playing incredibly well. Like I said, Boz and Chicken have been really hard carrying this game because Eliminate has been shut down pretty heavily by the members of Vision Gaming. But in doing so, they have been allowing Big Paws to just hard carry. And that's exactly what he is doing for this team. It's what he's done for this team all tournament long. And now they're jumping right onto Kaz, a few stuns. They are going to get a reflex block out and to prevent it. But the Yummy Cat and Frenzy does land. Doesn't do quite enough damage. And you see PvP Warrior going right after this Koshka, gets stunned into the wall. That cancels the red mist. That's going to be 6 seconds of no red mist coming out. Fountain gets used to keep Eliminate alive. Eliminate's very low on energy. Big Paw starting another red mist. Another big Githian wall stun. This is Chicken just absolutely controlling these fights. Is going to be a target now, though. Will he be able to get out alive? Eliminate jumping back in. Another double stun. Chicken is just terrorizing Vision Gaming right now. And Big Paws, he's still nearly full health. He can just go right back in and try and find another fight. They're once again trying to pick on Eliminate, trying to take out this Koshka. Not quite going to find that kill. Big Paws is the target. Another Githian wall stun onto PvP Warrior. These are just constant stuns coming out. And now he needs to get back into this fight. They're targeting Chicken. Another Githian wall stun. Chicken is just out of control with this lance right now. Finally, they're able to get onto Big Paws. but they use the Spectral Smite. No kill, another double stun. And you might as well just assume every time that cooldown's up, it's getting a double stun. Yummy Cat and Frenzy gets blocked. They can finally... No, they don't take down Chicken on a sliver of health. Meanwhile, Big Paws says, you know what? I don't need to worry about this fight. I'm going to go look for objectives. Pushes that lane in. That's going to split this fight off even more. Eliminate has been able to escape. PvP Warrior tried to chase down Chicken. Was not able to find him. He did, however, just visit the shop. Big Paws could be caught here from Hell's Heart. Not quite going to connect. And this fight has just been going on for so long. PvP Warrior could get jumped on another Fountain. Fountain was up twice over the duration of this fight. Another gauntlet goes down. Big Paws doesn't have an ultimate available to get out of it, though. He could be in a world of trouble. He will finally fall. And at long last, this team fight has come to its conclusion with one kill.
Kill the funny British chase music, because that was an amazingly long team fight, Tasty Bacon, all over the map on the Halcyon Fold here. And Vision Gaming finally does what they need to do. They focused down Big Paws. Eliminate went so low at some point, and it looks like he's actually clearing this wave while they're taking that Kraken there. But they're doing what they can, and they may even be able to take out Chicken in the process, Tasty Bacon.
Yeah, Chicken Low gonna use those boots, get away. You see Kaz recalling to make sure that Eliminate doesn't continue pushing. Shaded telling PvP Warrior, if they can get this kill on the Chicken, which it doesn't look like they're gonna commit to it, if they had gotten that kill on the Chicken, they could have made a massive push with the 3-on-2 Kraken push, but instead, Chicken does get out to safety. They do destroy the first turret, finally, at long last, and the first turret falls for Vision. But now Kraken, she's already down to half health as she gets onto this tier 2 turret. This is not going to be a very effective Kraken push whatsoever unless they can find another team fight right now, but they're not even looking for it. And so Kraken will take down one turret, but it's only the first turret. That's the smallest gold payout you can get. This is actually a massive advantage for Hollywood Hammers. They got so much more gold off of that push, off of that Kraken, than Vision Gaming did.
They did, and you know what? As we get later into the game, the gold is not gonna matter as much. However, when you're not at your full build, like Vision Gaming is, they really need the gold. They're starving right now. We only see 2 weapon power items for PvP Warrior. If you look across the fold, Big Paws actually has 3 of his items completed. He finished it off with a Bone Saw there. So he's sitting on a Bone Saw Serpent's Mask breaking point at the moment, and he is fully built. He's also got his defense and shielding up fully, and he's got Journey Boots. That's why he's he's been for quite a while, and his mobility has been so good. So now, with him being able to dip, dive, and dodge in these team fights and get out of there all the time, Big Paws is going to be a really big threat to deal with. I say, if I'm Vision Gaming right now, I've got to still focus down Eliminate, because he's felt like the weakest link in the team right now. But they have to be careful about Chicken. The Chicken, you've been saying it. He's been using his Githian walls to such advantage all over the map. And you know, they've been winning in the jungle, Vision Gaming is. Here we go. Here's the initiate.
Warrior, he gets caught by the Yummy Catnip Frenzy and stunned up. He's going to get stunned by the Githian wall again. PvP Warrior, he's going to just fall before this fight even starts. That is devastating for Vision Gaming. Kaz going to throw out the panic from Hell Heart just to try and buy a little bit of time. Shaded Talent, I don't think he's going to make it back to safety. That's 2 quick kills with minions knocking at the door. They could potentially even look to end this game. Kaz just is not going to have the damage to stop this whatsoever. All he can do is try and buy time by keeping these minions away from the turret. But the members of Hollywood Hammers, they don't even care about having the minions there. They get that first turret down. They will get the second turret down, but PvP Warrior is going to respawn, but it's still not going to be enough. A stun onto Big Paws, maybe buying enough time, but he just jumps to the other side of the crystal, and that will be enough time for Hollywood Hammers to end this game just like that. After multiple minutes-long fights, in the matter of seconds, Hollywood Hammers end this game, and just, I'm almost speechless at the way this ran. This is, on paper, not the way this game should have gone whatsoever.
I feel, Tasty, what was so instrumental in this game was Chicken. We saw an early win in the jungle for Vision Gaming, but because they were continuing to fight in the jungle, that's where Lance excels. His kit allows him to impale people easily in the jungle because you're in close quarters. It allows him to get the in wall and stun people into walls easily in the jungle. He was able to peel so many times for Big Paws, and that allowed Big Paws to stay alive, push objectives, and because we saw Vision Gaming fight so much in the jungle, they lost a lot of gold and a lot of CS in the lane. PvP Warrior was not even able to get up to a third damage item there, and that's pretty much why we saw Vision Gaming tank that game. Hollywood Hammers, they're on the front foot now. They've got momentum. They could potentially be able to take this series with the momentum they have.
And I gotta say, for Vision Gaming, this game felt like kind of getting away from their formula a bit. So many times when we see Vision Gaming